Fan Zhendong, Paris 2024, August 1st. A match that could rewrite both legacies, starting now. From point 1, the arena detonated. Fan Zhendong, ice cold. Haramoto, a live grenade. Then the shock drop. He obliterates the first set. Fire versus ice. Chaos versus control. So now the only question is, did Haramoto break Fan Zhendong, or just wake him up? The storm bursts. Haramoto came in like a lightning strike, violent, explosive, fearless. Fan Zhendong didn't flinch, and the entire arena lost its mind in shock. You thought the worst was over after that first set? Not even close. Haramoto never let up. Pressure, attacks, chaos pouring non-stop. And you can see it, Fan Zhendong's iron focus finally wavered. You thought Haramoto had it sealed at 2-0? Then everything flipped. Suddenly, you felt the shift. Fan Zhendong erupted with brutal accuracy. Haramoto was pushed back, helpless as the throne tilted back toward its king. Every rally bent to Fan Zhendong's will, precise, relentless, merciless. The match leveled, and the whole arena tightened with electric tension. But this next rally? It wakes him up like fire. Momentum snapped back. Haramoto ignited, fast and fearless. Even the great Fan Zhendong was suddenly driven onto the back foot. Locked in with killer focus, Fan Zhendong turned every defensive touch into a counterstrike. Slowly, relentlessly, he pulled the momentum back under his control. The decisive moment. The arena held its breath as the final set unfolded. With iron focus, Fan Zhendong punished every loose ball, turning defense into instant offense. His control tightened until Haramoto had no space left to breathe. Fan Zhendong completed a thrilling comeback. Calm, ruthless, unstoppable. But wait, if you thought Tomokazu versus Fan Zhendong was explosive, are you ready for Sun Yingsha versus Chen Meng? If you live for matches that feel like emotional warfare, hit like and subscribe, because the heartbreak only gets deeper from here. Sun Yingsha, 2024 Paris Olympics, August 3rd. One match that could change Sun Yingsha's Olympic destiny forever, where Sun Yingsha faces the storm again. The crowd exploded the moment she stepped in. Sun Yingsha came in sharp, fast, aggressive, pure fire. Across from her, Chen Meng stood calm and suffocating, the same control that crushed Sun Yingsha in Tokyo. Sun Yingsha pushed her to the edge again and again, but that Olympic loss still haunts her. Now she's back, stronger, hungrier, desperate to rewrite the ending. So the real question is this finally Sun Yingsha's rise, or her heartbreak all over again? Sun Yingsha takes command. Sun Yingsha opened with pure fire, blitzing the table with speed and daring variations. Chen Meng never flinched, locking in with quiet steel and answering each attack with surgical accuracy. You guess Sun Yingsha can sweep Chen Meng? That point changed absolutely everything. Suddenly, momentum shifted. Chen Meng takes command early, angles, pace, placement all bending to her will. Sun Yingsha fires back with urgency, but Chen's relentless rhythm tightens around her like a vice. Then, the champion strikes. Chen Meng turns up the heat, steady, ruthless, absolutely unmoving. Sun Yingsha feels the walls closing in, pushed into frantic counterplay as Chen refuses to give an inch. You think Chen Meng is about to steamroll 4-1, hold on. This is where the whole match erupts. Suddenly, Sun Yingsha explodes. Sun Yingsha pushes back hard, fast, bold, and unafraid, her attacks slicing through Chen's defense. The pressure peaks, and at last, Chen Meng breaks. The arena erupts, but then, momentum shifted. The champion reacts with flawless instinct, blocks snapping tighter, shots landing with surgical precision, focus like steel. Sun Yingsha is driven into risky swings, and pays the price for every one. The decisive moment. This wasn't table tennis, it was war, both players hitting impossibles and refusing to break. But when it counted, Chen Meng stayed steel cold, shutting down Sun Yingsha's last desperate surge. Back-to-back Olympic champion, a crown defended under fire. And if Sun Yingsha's heartbreak was intense, what happens when Hugo and Kanak go to war? Hugo Calderano, 2025 WTT Champions Montpellier, October 29th. One loss here could destroy Hugo's confidence and shake the entire world ranking race. The crowd was loudly, tensely waiting. Hugo walked in carrying the pressure of a world champion. And across the table, Kanak Jha was calm, fearless, and ready to swing at the giant. Everyone thought this would be routine for Hugo, but within minutes, the match flipped into chaos. So the only question left was the champion about to survive or collapse? Calm before the storm, Hugo entered like a king, confident, controlled, untouchable. Kanak, quiet, focused, waiting. But wait, you'd think Hugo would sweep Kanak 3-0? This rally broke the match open. Suddenly, the rallies got longer, the angles got sharper. Hugo looked surprised. Kanak was no longer just surviving, he was challenging. Hugo fought back, reminding everyone why he's the champ. But Kanak, still calm, still waiting for his moment. Now the pressure was real. Momentum shifts. Kanak's timing was perfect. His shots, brave. Hugo's rhythm, fading. You thought Hugo seemed set to win 3-2. But then, the match rewrote itself. The decisive moment. At the edge of victory or disaster, Kanak stayed fearless, and the champion blinked. Kanak Jha just rewrote the script. Hugo was shockingly out for the first round of 32. If Hugo's first round collapse shocked you, what happens when Wang loses to Fan Zhendong again at the 2025 China national game? If you live for matches that feel like emotional warfare, hit like and subscribe, because the heartbreak only gets deeper from here. Wang Chuqin, November 20th, 2025, China National Games. If Wang Chuqin lost again, it wouldn't just be another defeat, it would shake his confidence, even his status as China's #1. A tournament so brutal, even Olympic champions collapse under the pressure. 5 days earlier, you watched world #1 Wang Chuqin get shattered by Fan Zhendong. And now, the rematch. Shanghai, Fan Zhendong versus Beijing, Wang Chuqin. Men's team gold medal. The arena felt like it was holding its breath. Was this Wang's revenge, or the beginning of another emotional breakdown? Because what happens in the final moments, no one in the stadium saw it coming. Can Wang Chuqin survive this fight, or are you about to watch him break again? The first tremor. Wang Chuqin started like a storm, overwhelming the table with sheer power and authority. Yet Fan Zhendong's quiet, precise counters whispered of a looming threat he was about to unleash. But hold on, you thought Wang Chuqin would sweep Fan Zhendong 3-0? Fan Zhendong struck back in a way no one expected. Suddenly, momentum cracks. With ruthless, surgical accuracy, Fan Zhendong turned the tide, cracking the momentum in a heartbeat. Wang Chuqin was forced to feel the crushing pressure mounting with every rally. In moments like this, you suddenly realize something brutal. You may be world #1, but still only the second best player on the planet. But wait. You really thought the world #1 was about to turn this into a 3-1 comeback? Yeah, that dream ends right here. Then all at once, everything shattered. With ruthless speed and icy accuracy, Fan Zhendong unleashed a merciless storm on Wang Chuqin, leaving the king defeated, speechless, and overwhelmed. Sometimes, even the world #1 can't stop a world legend, and this collapse proved it. Then, the decisive moment. Wang Chuqin battled to the edge, but when the crucial shot slipped, it all fell apart. Pressure does weird things. Watch this. His head striking the table, a king crushed under the weight of the moment. If Wang Chuqin breaking twice against Fan Zhendong shocked you, what happens when Ma Long returns from knee surgery under Olympic final pressure? Ma Long. 2020 Tokyo Olympics, July 30th, men's singles final. And on this day, it wasn't just a final, this was Ma Long fighting to prove his dynasty wasn't dead. This wasn't just another match. This was the battle everyone thought Ma Long couldn't survive. He walked into the arena like a legend built on scars. The man who had knee surgery was so brutal, people said he was finished. Across the table stood Fan Zhendong, the new unstoppable force, the one the world believed would finally take the throne. Two eras colliding, two giants who refused to break. From the first serve, you could feel the rivalry boiling. Was this the day the emperor finally fell, or the moment Ma Long proved the dynasty wasn't over yet? Ma Long strikes first. From the first serve, Ma Long was untouchable, every rally precise, ruthless, flawless. Fan Zhendong could only chase shadows. But wait, you'd think the 2016 Olympic champion Ma Long, ready to crush it 4-0? What came next nobody saw coming. Ma Long threw the first wave, but Fan Zhendong absorbed it, then fired back with brutal speed. At deuce, he stayed unshaken and dragged the match level. Another win for Fan Zhendong? Forget it. The momentum's about to break. Ma Long's experience took over, each shot calm and precise. Across the table, Fan Zhendong fought to break the rhythm but couldn't crack the wall. The tempo shifted, Ma Long dominated the table, calm and calculated. Fan Zhendong could attack, but every shot was met with ruthless precision. But hold on, you'd think Ma Long winning this 4-1 over Fan Zhendong? Yeah, that prediction collapses fast. Then came the twist. Fan Zhendong's surge became unstoppable, each raging stroke forcing Ma Long a step too late. The Emperor's seal. He was right in front of Ma Long, lunging for that final ball as the thunderbolt blurred past. Left frozen in disbelief, Fan Zhendong could only watch the match slip away. If Ma Long's Olympic triumph after knee surgery inspired you, what happens when Haramoto faces the crushing pressure of Paris 2024? If you live for matches that feel like emotional warfare, hit like and subscribe, because the heartbreak only gets deeper from here. Tomokazu Haramoto, Paris 2024. August 7th, the 2-2 decider. Japan's chance to make the final, their last, fragile hope, depended on one teenager, and the pressure squeezing him was enormous. Anton Kallberg stood frozen and calm, a wall waiting to absorb pressure. Haramoto? He exploded into the arena like a live wire, screaming, shaking the air, firing himself up. And on the third set, Anton shocked the entire arena. At that moment, pressure turned into chaos, emotion turned into fuel, and the whole stadium locked onto one question. How far could Tomokazu Haramoto push himself when Japan needed him the most? Haramoto ignites first. Haramoto came in like a lightning surge, explosive, fearless, electrifying. Anton felt the shock instantly as the arena erupted around them. The match flipped in the opposite direction. Then, pressure turns into fire. Haramoto blasted forward with full voltage, screaming, attacking, shaking the stadium. Anton didn't match the noise, but he matched the heart, refusing to buckle. But wait, you thought Haramoto was about to sweep Anton 4-0? And then the entire match took an unexpected twist. Suddenly, momentum shifted. Anton strikes back. Anton tightened up, eyes sharp, expression dead calm, the noise around him disappearing. His counters stabbed through Haramoto's power, each one colder and cleaner than the last. Then, the momentum slips. Haramoto paused for a split second, the kind of hesitation champions can't afford. Anton punished it instantly, and you could see the pressure crushing Haramoto in real time. But hold on, you thought Haramoto was about to fight back. A single miss, and the dream cracked. The decisive moment, both refused to back down, but Anton kept rising while Haramoto's fire dimmed under the weight of the moment. And in the end, Japan's hope slipped through Haramoto's fingers. After watching the most emotional table tennis matches ever, which part surprised you the most? Comment below and share your thoughts with the reason why.